Hello everyone and welcome to Snap Take. This is Glazer of Snap Judgments, and today what we're going to be doing is our last video of the Agent Venom symbiote season. That means we're doing our final reviews for both anti-venom and agent venom along with a deck for each, but more than that we'll also be announcing giveaway winners for the first 5 Surtur Season Pass winners and kicking off the second 5 Surtur Season Pass giveaway. If you're interested in that, make sure you check out the whole video. We're going to begin with reviewing Anti-Venom. Anti-Venom is this week's brand new card in Marvel Snap. It is a 4/7 on reveal, set the cost and power of your deck's top card to 0. I am recommending tentatively that you buy Anti-Venom. If you have enough extra and you have the extra cards starting next week's caches, cards like Copycat and Red Guardian and so on, then I think Anti-Venom is a grab. Now, if you're not sure what's coming in the next few weeks, make sure you check yesterday's video where I reviewed all of the Surtur season, every single card, whether it be the new card or the old card, with decks for each. You need that information to know whether you should buy Anti-Venom for sure. But Anti-Venom is a very good card. It is a card that has found better and better decks the longer he's been out, decks that require him more and more the longer he's been out, which I think is really important. The other important thing is that top players seem to love Anti-Venom, and all decks come from top players. Almost all decks anyway. So top players create all these decks that end up trickling down to the rest of the meta, where they like anti-venom, so anti-venom's going to be in a lot of them. That means that this is going to be a card that's in a lot of decks, and it's going to be hard to replace, so I think you should get it. Although, again, this is a soft buy. The numbers don't really back me up on this. This is me watching the pattern of this card develop. I'm trying to make sure we don't do what we did with Scream, where we knew Scream was insanely strong, but we said ultimately, very barely, very softly, don't buy because we didn't have the right home yet. I'm not sure if we have the right anti-venom home, but much like with Scream, we're headed in the right direction, and I think we're heading for a similar trajectory. Also, once more, don't forget we've got our giveaway, sort of not 3/4 through the video or so. We've got our giveaway winners and our question for today's giveaway, so don't miss out on that. Let's get to our anti-venom deck. This is Buddy's Anti-Wiccan, and this list everyone sort of went crazy for. This has been absolutely performing insanely well. It is a very, very powerful, very consistent list that has a lot going for it. Now, um, Psylocke is really, to me, like the big innovation, the big key here, because what Psylocke means is you can do that early Wiccan thing, you can do that early anti-venom thing, and that really just puts so much pressure on the opponent. And remember, you don't have to play that anti-venom card immediately. You can save it for later, especially if it's like a Luke or a Mobius where you think your opponent might have a counter card. Outside of that, you're just saying, I put up more power than you. I have more options than you. I can win this game. I'm genuinely surprised not to see Kate Bishop in this list, but it doesn't matter because, I mean, the list is just working. The extra power from Valentina, the extra power from Speed, the ability to skip that with Psylocke or play Psylocke again later, it's through the roof. You can find Buddy playing this deck and a million reviews on Buddy's Twitter, but you can find Buddy playing this deck on his YouTube at youtube.com/BuddySnap. This deck needs Pixie, Mobius, Wiccan, Anti-Venom, and Alliath. It's a little expensive. That's one mitigating factor for a lot of Anti-Venom decks. They tend to run on the more expensive side. There's a lot that are running Ajax packages, along with Man-Thing and US Agent. That's reasonably expensive. The cards that make this good tend to be really, really high series. Valentina is great in this list, genuinely a top tier card. However, it can be Cable or Mirage. Red Hulk can be Magneto. I'm not 100% sure which is better, to be perfectly honest. And Speed can be Gladiator, Polaris, or Juggernaut, though Speed is just real big when you spend all your energy. So that's our replacements, turn by turn. Turn 1 is Quicksilver. Turn 2, Psylocke for Wiccan, or Pixie with, if you have Mobius, like if you have you can't have all of them, right? So if you have Wiccan, you go Psylocke. If you have Pixie, you go Mobius. Then you play that's better than just regular Pixie, which is better than just regular Psylocke, which is better than Valentina. However, Valentina can jump Psylocke if you know you're gonna play. Like if you have Pixie, but you know you're gonna Luke next, right? At that point, you might as well just play Valentina. Turn 3 is Mobius or Wiccan over Anti-Venom, over Luke, over Speed. Turn 4, Wiccan over Anti-Venom. Turn 5, you would really like to play a 6, but Spider-Woman is fine. Spider-Woman in a 2 is fine. If you played Wiccan, you can go Anti-Venom and Speed here and be totally fine, or Anti-Venom and Luke, etc., etc. You get the idea. Turn 6 is meant to be a 6 and a 2, but don't sleep on the idea of actually going Spider-Woman and a 3 should you need to get Luke Cage out. And then Chef's Kiss, enjoy your cubes. We got Spider-Woman in the deck today, y'all. You know you're excited. All right, Arishem is back and meaner than ever. I tried this Arishem list. The only thing that actually gave me trouble, I don't think it's good in Arishem mirrors, but this Arishem list is through the roof powerful into the meta that we're going to look at next. But first, one last look at this Buddy anti-Wiccan list. Give it a try. If you have access to these cards, it is so, so, so strong. Before we go further, though, we're like less than 100 subs from 15,000. Let's see if we can get to 16,000 by the end of 2024. If you are willing to help me out, I'm giving away more season passes than everyone. We give you 7 days a week Marvel Snap content. We give you the best decks in the meta, 4 brand new decks every single day. Sub, like, comment. You will get the best decks in Snap here and more content than anyone. We will do our very best to make it worth it. Help us to 16,000, please. In addition, we're giving away 5 season passes. Well, we're giving away 5 literally in this video. They happened last week. We'll be giving away 5 more season passes this coming week. Today is Monday. There will be a season pass winner in the comments to this video. Then in tomorrow's video, there will be another season pass winner. You get the idea. Monday through Friday, and then on Sunday's video, we'll announce the next 5 season pass winners. Later this video, all you have to do is be subbed. Later this video, I'll tell you what comment to leave. You leave a comment, and you are entered to win the season pass. The end. If you're interested, please hit that sub button, and make sure you like and then leave that comment later this video. All right, Desperate Jill's Arishem Champ. So Desperate Jill is playing in the Asia Championships and sort of rocking every week, but he updates his list when the meta shifts, right? And so this week he went undefeated with this Arishem list. So then I went and took it for a spin, and oh my goodness, look, it's got the Arishem, I just don't see my stuff problem sometimes, right? But when you see your stuff, oh my goodness. The only thing that gave me any trouble with this list was other Arishem lists. This felt crazy strong. It's got like all the mean old combos that Arishem lets happen, where you can go Storm, War Machine, Legion. You also got nonsense with Professor X that way, so you sort of want to Storm or Professor X with it, but you can just ignore that and play their deck cheaper with Loki, which is going to make your Mockingbird stupidly cheap. Agent Coulson is through the roof powerful. And then I'm going to say one more thing. Magneto is in this list. I think Magneto should probably be Blob if you have access to Blob. And I know why Desperate Jill is playing Magneto. It's really, really disruptive in the meta right now and steals cubes. That's well and good. Meanwhile, Blob is weak to Shadow King, right? However, huge caveat, Glenn Jones was on the podcast this Sunday. Glenn Jones is the lead game designer Marvel Snap to anyone who's brand new here. And Glenn told us that Blob has one of the highest win rates for a 6-drop in the game, particularly in Arishem. And Agent Coulson has one of the highest win rates in the game as a 3-drop, particularly in Arishem. So with that the case, I think we should probably run Blob over Magneto, but that is the only change I have any interest in making to this list. It is a thing of beauty. All right, you can find Desperate Jill, twitter.com/Zuzix, but I'm not going to try and get you to that. So if you're interested, let me know and I'll shoot you the link. This deck needs Arishem, Alioth, Mockingbird, and War Machine. Those 4 are needed. I don't think you need Loki or Legion, though. Loki can be Quinjet, and I think Legion is just fine as Vision. So this is Desperate Jill has been a top tournament player rocking the Marvel Snap Asia Championships. He was also in, I want to say, the July season, ranked number 2 or 3 on the Infinite Leaderboard. This is a top player, and when he releases a deck, we should check it out. I featured a Desperate Jill deck about a week and a half ago that I'm on my computer, and that doesn't count my phone games, but I don't feel like I've lost on my phone either, 13-1. So, I don't know, I feel like this is probably a good place to be in Snap playing Desperate Jill decks. Turn 1, you'd like to play Loki. If you get it. Turn 2, you'd like to play Coulson. Turn 3, if you have Storm, you Storm. If you have War Machine, you War Machine. If you can go Storm 1 lane, Professor X 1 lane, and then play War Machine on turn 5, it's insane. It actually happened for me once. Storm or War Machine on turn 3, Professor X on turn 4. You can also Legion that Storm location if you're ahead by enough, or drop Mockingbird. Turn 5, Magneto or Alioth. Turn 6, Magneto or Alioth, and then you just win all the cubes. Turn 6 can also be like Shang and something else, right? So that's it. Enjoy this list. It is so crazy strong. I think that Arishem is genuinely back. It's there's Darkhawk in the meta. And I just rolled a Darkhawk list, right? like, I mean, I saw a lot of my real cards, right? So like I know that won't happen every game, but I saw a lot of my real cards and I was able to just handle that matchup. There's so much to like about this list. Give it some play. Arishem is back. It's time to force everyone to run a ton of Cassandra Nova again because this deck is completely sick right now. All right, last chance for Agent Venom. Agent Venom's an S tier card. They're eventually going to make this a 2/2. I'm 99% sure. It's an on reveal, set the power to all cards in your deck to 4. They're going to make this a 2/2, and it's still going to be an S tier card. This is going to be one of the best cards in Marvel Snap for a long time going forward. Go get this card. Pretty please get this card. If you are one of the 5 people who won the season pass at the end of this video and you don't have Agent Venom and you like Agent Venom, then message me immediately and I will get you Agent Venom. I think Agent Venom is going to be better than Surtur if you can only afford one, unless you already have, well, even if you already have Scar. But I do think your Surtur decks are going to be S tier as well. I just think Agent Venom Agent Venom is the best season pass card since Elsa Bloodstone. It's the best season pass card since literally last October in a year. You should own this card. It should be in your collection. All right. Next up is Barzi's Low Roll. This is just a sort of mid-range pile deck. It's saying I'm running ones, twos, and topping out of 3 and putting out a ton of power. I'm not sure how much Barzi and Derek each like made their pieces of this, but Barzi is the person playing it right now as far as I'm aware, and Derek is not. So Barzi is in the top 5 of the Infinite Leaderboard. Derek is currently either rank 2 or rank 1, depending on what time you're watching this video. He and Sizer have been battling back and forth. But I'm not covering what Derek is playing or what Sizer is playing until Wednesday's video because I want to let them finish up the season on their own without like every opponent knowing what they're doing because enough of the top of the Infinite Leaderboard watch these videos that I don't really want to do that to them. I'd rather they just have a nice fair finish to the season. So this is Barzi's low roll deck. It is really, really good. It's really consistent. This is sort of like the that Iron Man and Claw deck, but it instead of just trying to combo out that way, it says I can stay low to the ground and get tall enough, wide enough that I can still win games. You can find Barzi at twitch.tv/Barzi. There's, I believe, 7 Ys in the Barzi. When Barzi streams, he's excellent and delightful. You need Kitty, Agent Venom, Elsa, and Sage for this list. Again, I'm going to say this every time this comes up. Every time there's 2 season pass cards, Elsa's an old season pass card, Agent Venom's a new season pass card. If you've been playing long enough, you have Kitty for free, which means this is relatively cheap because all you really need is Sage. Havoc and Madam Web are good here, but Thena, Mockingbird, US Agent, Kate are all fine. Madam Web's best use, outside of getting Angelus or Elsa some extra power, is to chuck a Cosmo in a lane to where that can win a game. All right, Barzi is a top 5 player. Turn 1, you want to bast over Kitty, and you're basting particular targets like Mysterio and Hood as a goal. Turn 2, you would really like to Agent Venom over Angela over Madam Web. Turn 3, Bishop is more or less equal to Elsa. I tend to get out Bishop. If I have an extra 1, I'll go Bishop, and then I'll go Elsa 1, and that's better than the other 3s. And then I'm perfectly happy to go 3 plus 1 on turn 4. And then what I'd like to do on turn 5 is go Cosmo and Madam Web, and then I can just like get that Madam Web Cosmo combo over it. Well, if not, you do whatever combo you would like. And then my ideal last turn is Mysterio plus Sage plus Demon or Kitty. And that's usually enough to win. It's really strong. I urge you to give this deck a try. Somewhere. If you don't have Mysterio, feel free to throw a Havoc in there. Havoc goes tall. If you get a Bastard Havoc, that's just on the last turn of the game at 2/7. If you get a if you get a Havoc with Agent Venom, that's just a 2/8 at the end of the game. It's through the roof powerful. If you don't have it though, US Agent does much of the same work with a lot less danger. So yeah, really, 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 really strong list. Very cool. Props to Barzi for the low roll. Season Pass question for the first Season Pass giveaway of this week is, what's your favorite part of a Marvel Snap season? And by part, I mean like what week of a Marvel Snap season do you really enjoy? Is it the beginning of the season with the infinite grind? Is it the end with the conquest? Is it the middle as things settle? When do you really enjoy a Snap season? Our winners are Whomper, Scented Robin, Fitzarian, Ezla, hey, it's Ezla, and Mechanismo88. So please shoot me a message in one of the following 3 ways. You can message me on Discord at where I'm Pulse Glazer. You can message me on Twitter at SnapJudgeCast, or you can go into email and snapjudgmentspodcast@gmail.com. Shoot me a message on any of those in order to claim your season pass. Do so as soon as possible, pretty please. If you're interested in gameplay from these decks, please check out the stream team. It is Monday, so the great Gregor2424 will have a video up with these decks. Well, sorry, we'll be streaming these decks at 12 p.m. Eastern. Meanwhile, Obihaved will have a video up later on today with yesterday's decks. Cool. We also have a Pokemon Pocket channel, and I need to make a video for that relatively soon. All right, Ryan Wood's Everlasting Arms is going to be the last deck we feature. On my stream, when Sizer joined me to look through some gameplay, we were both wowed by this deck. This deck can put up 30 in multiple lanes unless the opponent disrupts it. And let me just tell you, it is not easy to disrupt unless your opponent is running stuff that moves your cards, and a lot of people aren't doing that right now. So unless you're running into Rogue, and you might be running into Rogue, you should have a really good time at dominating with this list. Let's go through how to play it. First though, I didn't actually do card replacements here. You don't need Spider-Ham. Spider-Ham can be Iceman. You do need Ravonna. Agent Venom is very good here, but Agent Venom can very easily be kind of any extra card here. I don't want to. I would probably go with Omega Red if I had to, or Jubilee, and then you should be totally fine there. You do need Ms. Marvel. You do need Iron Lad. Cool. So Agent Venom can be, I think Omega Red or Jubilee is where I would go with that card. Spider-Ham would be Iceman if I didn't have Spider-Ham. All right, let's actually do the deck. So this went 55 and 40 plus 96 Qs, which is a 58% win rate in the top 3K. We watched gameplay of this. I think that this is one of those decks that if you want a deck that just sort of stomps your opponent, especially once everyone starts playing Surtur stuff in a day, this should just roll all that crap. So turn 1, you want Ham over Howard in a corner. You play either one of them in a corner, but you want a Ham over Howard. Turn 2, Agent Venom if you have Iron Man and Mystique still in the deck. If not, you want Ravonna over a 1. Turn 3, Magic is the goal. If not Magic, you're fine crystalling. Again, you're playing in corners. Turn 4 is your first mid play, Ms. Marvel, but you can play other cheap cards in the corner, fine. Turn 5, Iron Man middle if you're not going to get your Ms. Marvel combo. And your Ms. Marvel combo is Ms. Marvel, Onslaught, and Ms. Marvel into Onslaught into Mystique, which is going to put 30 power on both side lanes, which is enough to win most games of Marvel Snap if you're new here. So turn 4, Ms. Marvel or another cheap card on one of the corners. Turn 5, Iron Man middle if the combo doesn't work. Other cards left or right are fine, and Professor X on a side is usually pretty freaking solid here. Turn 6, Onslaught middle, and that has to be the play. Oh, I guess the other play that Agent Venom could be is Wave. It could also be Wave. Sorry, I lost the name of Wave. Then turn 7, you want Mystique on Onslaught, Ms. Marvel or Lad for Ms. Marvel in the middle, and then you have 30 plus power in both side lanes, and you win the game of Marvel Snap. It's so cool that I even put in the new Professor X Dan Hip that's coming out later this week. I love this list. This is brilliant. If you want to just hit infinite and roll all the Scar decks that I'm ever, the Scar decks are like, look, we got 30 power. I'm like, I got 30 power too, but mine, once you know what lane they're gonna really stack, you can just drop an Iron Man there and just rock it. You can Professor X and be like, no, thank you, I got you. It's so cool how strong this list is. I cannot urge you to try it enough. I think you will really enjoy it. Props to our own Woody, not Yo Woody MJ, Ryan Woody, for coming up with this great list. Question of the day, nice and simple. Manager Burnout wants my annual snap recap. So I started playing on 10/20/22, which I thought was day 1, but apparently it was 10/18, so I guess it took me 2 days. My max snap points is good, but not great. 8310 during the Blink season, which put me in the top 250. The card I have most variants for is Deadpool, which is 12. They just keep giving me really good Deadpool bundles. I don't actually like Deadpool. I don't play Destroy. I don't like Deadpool the character or the card, and I don't play Destroy, so whatever. I played Nico 2,344 times, my most played card, which is not surprising or should not surprise anyone here. I love Nico Minor. My most upgraded card is Jeff 72 times. It took me forever to get Jeff Gold. That was during the lowered split rate times, the dark times. And my max power was quite low, 640 power on Onslaught Citadel. I don't do the big like 10 bajillion power things. I don't play for that kind of combo. Cool. Certain tiers of support on our Patreon come with on-air thanks. I'd like to say thank you to the great Abigail Giesland, Mandatory Burnout, Irregardless, David G. Wingfield, uh, Dirty Casual, LAB, Always Kind, FaThorNewman, Good Dog Gamer, Inc., I Am Frostman, J. Navarrete, Thinking Poker, Primed Ryan, Ryan Burke, and Ryan Wood, Woody, that is the Ryan Town, Caretix Lee and Koire, uh, K-popping it up, Black Dahlia, Pyrofrost, The Goat Seeker, Archangel 3K, Hallowed, Quid Pro Joe, Fat Nick, Mr. Kerfuffle, pour one out for Doc D in that spot, Ginger Prime, Hey Ginge, Philip Rakovich, who's in the top 4 of the Snap Judgments League, Haplo, Kenny Loggins of the Danger Zone, Rob Silverman, Middle Column Pride, my friend, The Notorious Beza, Black Jeep is 23, XRSV, and Skippy G, Jessica Gamble, who I moved up to be Skippy, Tommy Nyquist, who won Step Judges League Season 1, The King of Bros, Brett, The Great Kazoo, Kepsi Huda, Luna Chris, Q-Town, Corwin, John Q, and Jimmy Mickey Glam, 8th Sage, Mod Supreme Models, who somehow wasn't a mod on my Twitch, and then that was fixed, The Green Goblin, which Green Goblin he is, he'll have to tell us, Unibot, welcome to the fam, as well, Flan, welcome to the fam, Flan56, Steven, Brian Kaufman, Tristan Martin, and Jason B, Real Name Town, The Fuzzy Dunlop, Spectrumix, Hoot, Matt H, DJ, Mikey, Hijinks, No Freaking Flex, Ocularis, Mr. Cricksterry, BG, Zodrex, who I raided because I've learned how to raid, the King of Canada, check them both out on Twitch, check out the King of Canada on YouTube, Deadman Falcon is on YouTube and Twitter with some great split content, Jonesy has the triple threat, Two Ties is a former history teacher, tip of the cap, the great Lauren Badevs, snap on this, the Pirate King Tuccrr, yeah, he's a goat, and of course, Gunny T, where the T stands for. Check out the video right there. This one is a ranking of every card last season. You don't want, every card last season, every card coming this next season. Plan your spotlight caches wisely. We will have some decks for you with the 2 new cards coming out tomorrow and more great decks for you then. See you tomorrow for another Snap Take. Peace.